Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? This is Sam Leg here representing Team JVS, here to give you guys another review straight from TIFF 2023. We had the honor of being able to go on site and checking out amazing films from amazing artists and amazing filmmakers. This is no different than talking about Reptile. Reptile is being directed by Grant Singer. This is starring an all-star cast in Benicio Del Toro, Justin Timberlake, Eric Bozen, Alicia Silverstone, Otto Ensral. I think Otto, last time I seen him in was, what was that one show on Netflix that was I actually really liked? What was the name of that? Oh my gosh, I'm spacing on the name of it because it was actually so good. I know he's gonna let the right one in, but it was a series that he was in that I felt like he was one of the standouts. It's based on my name right now, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But as far as the background of this, you've got the main character in Benicio Del Toro. He's a detective, lead detective, and Tom Nichols is basically trying to kind of figure out this weird case where a person that's kind of selling a home is kind of caught by surprise and ambushed, and it looks like possibly Justin Timberlake's character, Will, is the point person. And I know you've heard this story before. It's kind of like Gone Girl, essentially. The thing that is very fascinating about this one, I do really think that this is a good thriller for a lot of different reasons. Like, first off, the relationship with Benicio Del Toro and Alicia Silverstone, Judy and Tom. So that's their husband and wife, and they do everything together. They're in love. They do all these different specific things, but there's this uncommon theme that keeps happening where I feel like one or the other knows more than what they're saying. And it's this cat and mouse game that is not openly said or spoken, but it is felt throughout the course of this entire movie. And it's weird because they're kind of like the cornerstone. Like, they kind of keep things together, so to speak. As far as a relationship, like, they have this untouchable bond where he's dealing with murder cases. He's bringing her in for advice, thinking about financial advice. Like, they are like this. And I think that they played that up very well. I think they wrote Alicia Silverstone's character very well. But Benicio Del Toro as Tom, it's just fascinating to me because I don't really know what kind of man he is, honestly. I don't know if he's a good man. I don't know if he's a fake one. And you don't really know until the end. Like, until maybe, I want to say the last 10 minutes of the movie, you don't really understand his character. You get little shades of gray sometimes. And I think that Benicio Del Toro can play the villain or the hero very well. And I think that he definitely shines through in this one. Also, certain other characters kind of play a very interesting role and pivot to where certain things. I think that Eric Bozen's character, Captain Robert, I love how they kind of use his character in a certain kind of way. The other thing about this gets very violent and very bloody very fast. I did not suspect this to be as violent as it actually is. It's not grotesquely gory, but it does have its very specific violent moments and violent acts. The other relationship that I really liked was Dan and Tom, like the two partners, like understanding their dynamics and understanding the structure of the agency. And then another character played by Michael Pitt, Eli, he's kind of this weird character just out of nowhere. I think I haven't seen a random character like that since Jared Leto's character in The Little Things. And that's actually a positive towards this film, because I think that he serves a very interesting pivot as well. And I do think that Justin Timberlake does a really good job with his character, because I don't really understand his character that much until it really gets into full swing. And I think that I really did appreciate that on certain levels. Now, I will start with some negatives. I think that Dominic Lambarzio, I'm sorry, I pronounce terrible with his last name, Lombardozzi, playing the role of Wally. I think that they should have possibly recasted that specific role because I didn't believe it. Like, his role is a very specific one and a very important one. And at no point in time throughout the course of this movie that I really kind of got behind it. Now, I think the chief, played by Mike Pinwinski, I bought his character. I bought Eric's character as the captain, even Alicia Silverstone. I mean, of course, even Otto. But I could not buy Dominic's character, and he was such a very pivotal character. I think that they should have hired up with that one, because I think it would have added to the intensity of how the story was going to track, especially because you don't really know what's really going on from the good half of the film. The other thing about the film as well, like, I think it is about 2 hours and 14 minutes long, so it feels overlong, but I think that the biggest gripe that people may have is, what is the point of this film? Like, what are you trying to actually say? I think I got an understanding and a handle on it, but it's in the details. Pay close attention to when the beginning of the movie, where certain things start to slowly happen. And I think it'll help refine and define what a certain character is. But it's not clearly executed. And I think the general audience members it's going to go over their heads. And I think that even critics are going to be like, what was still, even if I understand or have a comprehension of it, what was the real point behind it? I did enjoy this one, even though I feel like it's a lot of faults there. There was some really cool transitions. I think the transitions were actually really well done in this one. It just kind of lands a little flat. There's a couple different horrific scenes that happen in this one as well that really start. If you watch this in the theater, it's a really good thriller. I think that's the thing that I miss, a good thriller. I'd rest this at a C+. I do think it definitely is not the best, but it's interesting. I think it might be with Alicia Silverstone's one of her best roles, but yeah, I'll leave it at that. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. More's coming.